Hello and welcome to another Sunday. My name is Henning Pauli. You're watching HP42. I'm in the garden, because why not? Today we're going to talk about making music on everything. Literally everything. Anything and everything. We've covered this topic a few times when I reviewed cheaper Ibanez along with a Debut 50 debut from Blackstar or other things. We've talked about this before, but let's reiterate. Because some people like to spew big opinions in the comments when they kind of don't get the point. You can make music on anything and make great music. Because the notes are what matters. Now it's my job to promote gear and to hopefully make you buy it. It's how the companies that pay me make money. That's how I make money with affiliate. It's not a bad thing because you like buying gear. Gear can inspire us. A new pedal with a cool delay can inspire us. A new guitar can inspire us. Yeah, you buy this Sully. Bam! Rock and roll! And Fender cries about it because they're dick weasels.
Dick weasel! Dick weasel! It's a weasel, but it's a dick! Dick weasel! Dick weasel! It's a weasel!
Where was I? Or this Novo. Talking about the Novo, obviously the sponsor of today's video, like the last couple of videos, is the Fellowship of Acoustics. And it's their business to sell you high-end guitars. Really the opposite of what we're talking about today, because you can really use anything. But they're actually the ones who would also tell you that. But they are making money selling high-end gear. It's a shop in Holland in the most beautiful setting that you can imagine. And you go there and you're free to take a 12,000 euro acoustic off the wall and play it. You're free to go into the vault and pick up a 30,000 euro old Martin. You can pick up a Collings off the wall for 10,000 bucks. You can pick up the nicest gear in the world, the creme de la creme, the hottest of the hot, and test it out without anyone breathing down your neck. And the bottom line of it might be that you're leaving saying, look, my Ibanez from 92 with all the scratches and, you know, action that's 5 meters high is my dream guitar. And that's really the point of the video. That's fine. But if you want to spend the money and get nice shit, the Fellowship of Acoustics is your friend, so check that out. But do you need it? It's fun to play good stuff. This Novo, and we talked about this in a video where I said how to spot an excellent guitar, just shines. It sings when you play clean. You don't need drive. You don't need a compressor. A clean amp, a bit of reverb and that guitar, and you can play for hours. Few guitars have that quality level. If you're doing modern metal, who cares? You're doing 80s metal, who cares? You know, I'm pretty sure that the guitars that Eddie modded himself aren't the greatest guitars in the world, but he knew how to play them. You don't need it depending on what you do. And even if what you do would depend on a better instrument, you can still make music. So I would never tell you, you need a 5,300 euro guitar to make music. And when I made the video about how to spot an excellent guitar, which I showed you on the Novo, a lot of people got angry because they thought I was trying to tell them that you need a high-end guitar to make music. And it was like, yeah, but my guitar is this much and it's great, and my guitar is this much and I put these blah, blah, blah humbuckers in it and it's great. And all these comments of people defending their cheaper gear. As if I was trying to tell them that their gear is shit. Why? A, why would I tell that? And B, why would you be offended by that? By the fact, which is a simple fact, that there's always better stuff out there? Look, I can watch a review on Top Gear or any YouTube channel of a Bugatti Veyron. $2 million. A car I will never afford. Car I don't want. Is it a great guitar? Great guitar. Is it a great car? Probably. But I can watch that review and appreciate it for the work of art and craftsmanship and technology and engineering it is. Doesn't mean that they're telling me, go ahead and buy the Veyron. I can show you this Sully. And tell you about why it's cool. Does it mean you have to buy it? No. Does it mean you'd be a better guitar player on this? No. But I can tell you about it, right? So I can watch any review of something nice to learn about it without having the feeling that what I have is crap. Is my car shit because a Veyron or a Ferrari is a nicer car? No, not necessarily. So getting pissed off about me talking about why a guitar in this price range is good, what is it? Is it jealousy? Is it delusional thinking? Guitars just don't get better. It's not the wood, it's not the pickups. There's no reason why this guitar should be this much money. There's no reason why this guitar should sound that much better. This is a pine body, it's cheap as wood. We can even see it in the back there. I mean, it's cheap as wood. With a neck that doesn't even have flamies. It's a bolt-on design, like the Michael. The Mastery bridge is nice. I think these are, what are they, Fralin? Don't remember. They're nice pickups and all that, but there's no reason why this guitar should be this much better, except the way that it's been put together. Something about it they did well. Could it be the aging of the wood? I mean, how old it is, how it's dried, how they're looking for how the grain runs. And of course, you're gonna say, oh, that doesn't mean anything, it's the pickups, it's the pickups. The point is, you play this and you immediately say, that's a nice guitar. So, I can't tell you why, but I can tell you that it is. Can't tell you why it's good, but I can tell you that it's good. And you don't have to be pissed off about that. I also show you a Harley Benton for 150 bucks, and I tell you what this does well for the money and what the benefits of that are. And I can take that Harley Benton and create music with it. Because this is really the whole idea of this video. You can make music on anything. Case in point, I drove home from the airport with my good friend Glenn Fricker, who's all about speakers and, you know, Glenn's about cheap gear, I get that. He always tries to show you cheap alternatives. But Glenn also has nice gear. Let me move the slide a little bit, not that it matters. I have massive lights on me, and I look in them sometimes and that's really blinding. Where was I? Oh, the Fricker. And so in the car, I play him a little track. And he's like, this is really good. And then I tell him what it is. Because when you know what you're doing, you can make actual music that could be released. I mean, I don't dare you to do it because there's way, way, way easier ways to get a good sound than what I did here. But it's a little Black Star amp. It's a battery-powered plastic thing for 60 bucks or 69 bucks. Mic'd with a biodynamic mic. And if you do it correctly, if you know what you're doing and you EQ it, you could get away doing a whole metal album with that. Is it brilliant? No. Would the listener of said metal album know? No. They would just enjoy the music. Here's some excerpts from that song.
Pleasure
I'm pretty sure I could take any budget modeler, plastic amp. The guitar is a feel thing. There's certain things you can't play on certain guitars simply because you're just not getting along with it. Certain levels of precision, certain levels of speed, certain levels of snappiness, of funkiness, of spankiness, whatever. But I could find something that a cheap piece of gear does and get the most out of it. Absolutely. So could you. Do you need the highest grade drum samples in the world? Get good drums, GGD. Kits like what, 50 bucks, 70 bucks. If you're doing modern heavy stuff, absolutely. If you're doing more subtle stuff, usually the higher end drum samples give you more detail. But that nothing should hold you back from making music. And I've said this many times and I will say this yet again. The albums I did back in the day, 2003 to 2006, made a lot of albums. Prog metal, pop, rock. I did a country album. I did a hip hop album with a band or an artist in LA. Prog metal with James LaBrie, Sebastian Bach, Steve Walsh from Kansas. Let me tell you a couple of the things I used. On most of the albums, I used a Pod 2 rack version, which is generally known as one of the most, shitty modelers on the planet. But many people used it because it was one of the first.
Flashing lights, yes it is. Killing fingers get my fix. Spread your mind wide open. Let your conscience be free. What you will not show them, you must show to me.
Were those sounds good? No, not great. There were 1,000 reviews for my albums, easily over all the platforms worldwide. Not a single one mentioned substandard guitar sounds, not a single one. Every single one talked about the music. Many of them highlighted the high production quality, which I know wasn't there. There wasn't high production quality. What did they hear? They heard the arrangements, they heard the notes. They didn't hear the thumping kick drum because it wasn't there. They didn't hear the wall of sound guitars. Well, they weren't great sounding guitars. They were Pod. A bit later, I used the Pod XT. That wasn't an awful lot better. But again, on most of these albums, it was modelers. Now the Roswell 6 album, A Line in the Sand, it's called. That's a big prog metal epic album. What did I use there? I had a 500 euro Soldano that I got off of eBay. It was totally modded. Still have it. Great amp. I had a 170 euro 5-watt Blackheart. I had a tiny 1-watt Blackheart, which was 129 bucks that I boosted with an SD1, and that was actually better lead sound than the Soldano. And I had a La Boga amp, and that was the Alligator, which was more like Marshall-y. And I pumped that into a 112 cab. A great 112 cab. It was actually the Fender Hot Rod combo where I took the amp out. So it was the speaker part of the Fender Hot Rod combo. Mic'd with a Sennheiser 609. Now, when it comes to guitar tone on my albums, one of my favorite sections is the intro to, I think it's Need. Let me find you a couple of excerpts, which was that Blackheart amp, 5 watts, which was under 200 bucks. Mic'd with a 609 from Sennheiser, which is inexpensive, through the combo speaker of a Fender amp where I took the amp out. So this is all not high-end shit, but for me, some of my most memorable guitar tones, because they just had something. Let me show you.
loyalty.
So look, I have extremely nice gear now. Whether it's the Sullys, the Novos, the Panucci, the Shabbats, the McMulls, the Hubers, the Heritages, Duesenberg, I have good gear. I have some of the nicest amps on the planet. Are they making my music better? Nope. Did I get by with what I had back then? Yes. Why? Because I'm so brilliant? No, I did use what I had and made the best of it. And I still created music. Never let yourself be held back by not having the right gear. That would be very stupid. You can make music on literally anything. Remember the little Blackstar amp? Literally anything. Now, with the software, the likes of Neural and others, with modelers, the likes of Neural, Line 6, Fractal, Moore, Hot Tone, NAM profiles, NAM capture, all that stuff. Insane sounds, ToneX, insane sounds are at your fingertips. If you can't make great music and great productions with that, the only reason is because you don't know yet how. So work on that. Is it your production skill or your writing skills? Or your arranging skills? Should we talk about this? Writing is, write the song. Write a kick-ass song that works with a chord on the one and a great melody, right? Maybe a decent riff. If you got that, you have most of it already done. Now comes the arranging. What do you actually play? How do you split those chords? Do you play on the one, which might be fine, or do you arpeggiate it? Do you start on the two? Dum 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 dum, whatever. How does it all play together? Does the bass maybe do a pedal note while the chords change? Are you building tension that way? Harmony can be a friend. Obviously, I have power chord theory in German. That's a German course at Gitarrenlehrer Online that you can buy. We have a songwriting course on spectreacademy.net that's 52 hours long, so you can learn there. We've got courses for this. Arranging is a very powerful tool. You can do a great arrangement of a simple song and make it super interesting. And then production is how do you record that arrangement? Then we get into the details of sounds and effects, the amp, microphones, drum sounds, bass sounds, all that stuff. You're putting it together, and then the sonics come in, right? But all that, and that can be better with better gear. With a better guitar, that could be more inspiring, longer notes, whatever. But all this doesn't matter if the songwriting and the arrangement isn't there. The best gear in the world isn't gonna help you there, because all that comes from here. It comes from your brain. Once all that is really kick-ass, a good production with good gear can be a great thing, and you record your song in the best way possible. But if that's not there, best gear in the world isn't gonna get you a good song. And if the songwriting and the arrangement is great, you can easily get away with much lower level gear because the notes are there. What people heard on my albums, which are not well produced, but they're well arranged because that's what I studied, and they're decently written. Not the best writing I've done, but they're okay. But that's what they heard. That's what all the reviews heard. Not the production. They heard the notes, and the notes matter, and the notes can be done on any kind of gear. Would you rather play it on a Sully, a Novo, a Shabbat, with a Friedman Arredondo or a Rev generator? Yes. Yeah, it's easy to get to where you want to go. The other stuff is a bit harder. But maybe that's good. Maybe that teaches you to later, when you have the better gear, appreciate it more because your life just got so much easier. And maybe not. But I will never tell you you need high-end gear to get the job done. Because the real job starts way before the gear. That's your writing and your arranging. I hope this told you something. Maybe it didn't. There's some links below, please use them. Subscribe to the newsletter, please, that helps. And of course, we always do animals at the end.